125 million people continue to be exposed to asbestos in the workplace.
So there's a big cost to humans using asbestos in dollars and lives.
Research that goes into these decisions has to be directed by independent, unconflicted scientists.
It's not something that just affects workers, it affects everyone.
Saving one life is great, but saving many more is what I hope to accomplish.
Making a profit off of people's pain and lives is wrong.
We can't quit, not as long as there are hundreds of thousands of people still to be diagnosed.
Ban the asbestos once and for all.
Next we have Dr. Eula Bingham, former Assistant Secretary for OSHA under our administration.
Okay. I think it's been a wonderful time here, and it's not over yet. But I'm here, I guess, representing Urselkoff, and he's the one that wrote and lectured and walked the streets with his students, his residents, to tell us about asbestos and what it does and how it tears families apart. And the workers can't look in the mirror anymore, and the colleagues come in and turn the mirror around. So the poor dying guy can't see himself anymore. I've heard her give that lecture many times, and it always tore me up to think somebody could literally have been poisoned on the job, and nobody cares really, except his colleagues who know that that may be their experience also. One day, Irv called me, and 1985, that was 5 years after I left OSHA, and said, I need you to do me a favor. I said, okay. What is it? He said, I need you to go to Russia. I said, Russia, I was there last year, I don't want to go back. And he said, well, I need you to go to this meeting and take one of my residents with you. And I said, well, what's the meeting about? And he said, it's about asbestos. I said, oh my. I said, I'm not as up on asbestos literature as you are. Well, he says, yeah, but you know about doing experiments and going to places where there are problems. And so I think you could go. And I said, well, why don't you go? And he said, well, it's a hard trip. And I said, okay, or if you say that, I'll go. And I did go. And there's a fellow there who greeted us. It was Moscow. We were treated very well. And after breakfast, the first day, the scientists started coming in. All the experts on pulmonary disease and for those that had worked with asbestos. And they began to tell us, present the papers and tell us about everything. Guess what? They never found disease. They never found disease among those workers who had been up in the asbestos mines in northern Russia. And we had papers and papers, and once in a while somebody would find a little something, but it really wasn't a problem with asbestos. And it was a long 2 days, and we were glad to leave and hope we'd get out of the country, I guess. Well, you know that those mines are still there, and the Russians want to send us asbestos. Now, we have a president who likes the president, or whatever he is, computer, and I got a message from Dick Woodham. And this message had a picture of a bag that was asbestos that came from the Soviet Union. Guess whose picture was on it? Donnie's. Donnie Truck. My goodness. What have we come to in this country? And I was so upset. And I know Dick knew I would be upset. I thought, what can I do right away? This is horrible. Well, I knew from my voting record that I wouldn't be able to get close to the president. So I knew I had to do something immediately. Well, there was a Labor Day picnic that we always have in southern Ohio, up at Coney Island, and labor people came in because I figured that's the largest group I could meet with. And I went out there to the Labor Day picnic with all this information and things about asbestos and some of Herb's papers, and showed them the bag of asbestos coming in with the president's picture and everything. And I started going to the building trades. And they had different exhibits set up to show people at Coney Island what they do in the building trades. Well, I would show them this picture and tell them about asbestos. They really didn't know about asbestos, you know. They thought that's over with. We don't have that anymore. I said, but they're bringing it back, even if you didn't have it anymore. And I went to the UAW, and I went to the women who were organized. And boy, they really went after that.
All right.
Yeah. So my point is that we are being, I mean, we've got problems with asbestos here at home. And you've heard that. But we're importing it. Our president's putting his picture on it. Now, what is this all about? Well, you have to figure that out. I can't. But I tell you, I've been going around every place I can and telling that story. How can we have a president who imports asbestos from the Soviet Union? I'm 89 years old. I've never seen a president